Thank you, Val. Perfect. Alrighty, my friends. Well, we are going to be returning to the world of Ayara today. Last we left off, our wild walkers? Wild walkers. Had an encounter with a
It's a branding.
group
We're
of
trying to figure out what fits.
had an encounter with a wild group of redcaps that were invading the small salt mining town of Canal Dythe, which we'll go ahead and do this. Boop. There is a stream up for ambient music and for visuals.
It's very
They
pretty.
went to, or they went to work fighting these redcaps. The redcaps were relatively easily dealt with, although a couple of members of the party took some some pretty big hits. Ewan in particular got real fucked up. Had to be assisted out of the way to get some healing with help of Taran, the hound companion of Kyra. After finishing the fight and killing all but one of the red caps who ran off by himself, Kyra collected the teeth that were left behind from each of the red caps that was killed. Captain Flowers bought you all a round nightcap, and you all headed to sleep, intending to spend the next day out and exploring the lake. While you waited for the ferry to return. While you were sleeping, Juniper had a bit of a nighttime seance. I don't know what the best way to put it is. But another communion with her patron, Mordred of the Briar Grove, or the Briar Throne, who told her that he was very excited for the prospect of you all possibly crossing over into the Wilder Land, as it would mean he would have a bit more ability to interact and perhaps introduce himself a bit better. He also told Juniper that he hopes that she continues to try to learn from as many people as possible before she makes her way to him, and topped everything off by sharing a bit of a scry with Juniper to show the Court of Whispers a few days ahead of you on the road to Gedlin. And Nil, the blue-haired, half-elven looking changeling, very ominously declared to not expect the fairy to be back anytime soon. We return this next morning. Juniper has woken up and has already talked with Kyra a bit. Everybody else is starting to wake up around the in their various spaces as well. And so we return, and I leave it to you, my wild walkers. What would you like to do?
Can I roll a nature to figure out if I need to dry these mushrooms or if I can not dry the mushrooms?
I don't think you need to roll nature. You need to dry them.
Okay, I just wanted to double check.
You will not get the potency you want out of them unless they are dry.
All right, I will.
They also will not last very long if you
Yeah.
do not dry them.
I will collect some of the salt and salt dry them.
Here you go.
It
They're
might
gonna
make them.
taste like little mushroom chips.
It might make them a little salty, but hopefully that'll make them taste good. I will go down down to the main floor and get some breakfast.
Okay.
Kyra, do you think I should talk to Lady Rhiannon about
About your creepy patron?
the scry that he
Oh.
did for us?
Yeah, I was. I don't think she could have helped you with the Mordred thing. Probably. She'd probably know whether or not we should go around the lake or not. But, with that old lady, saying what she did about the ocean demon, I don't know if I'm really comfortable going around the lake.
Maybe there's a way that she can find out if the fairy is actually not coming back.
True. Sorry, it's a little early.
Yes, and I apologize that I woke you up, but I don't like talking to people in my sleep.
Yeah, I know. We share a tent. You'd be surprised to things you talk about in your sleep.
Oh Lord.
I could stand to hear a little more.
I'm gonna just shove Opal on backwards.
That's fair.
You're
June
weird.
is going to also grab something to eat, but then she's gonna look for Lady Rhiannon.
We're all weird. I don't know what you're talking about.
I guess you kind of have a point.
Yeah. As you all make your way down to the main area of Salties, a meager breakfast is here. You see that this early in the morning, the normal barkeep, the owner of the establishment, is not present. It's just a kind of old, grubby halfling. You think maybe one of the cooks from the back who's just out there, and he's literally just providing people with toast and like sausages. That's it. That's what he's got.
I will. I love sausage.
Food is provided for anybody that wants
Opalon's
food.
just chuckling in the background.
I'm gonna whack him with my bow.
You take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
I don't.
I imagine that Bramble smells the food and just appears on the table.
Would it be logical to feed the little moss cat meat? He's made of moss.
He's sniffing at the toast.
Oh.
Ewan is feeding the shadow rabbit meat. Probably.
The shadow rabbit is like truly like Ewan is holding food down, and to most people's eyes, it's literally just it's gone. It just disappears.
I don't know, Kyle. Do moss kittens eat meat?
I believe we have established already that you've fed the moss kitten jerky, so
Okay, yeah.
it is still a cat.
Yeah, it's just made out of
knowledge.
grass.
Yeah.
Plants eat meat.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You guys get some food. Sorry. The sun is slowly rising outside. It's starting to get a bit lighter. Lady Rhiannon does not come out of the room that she was sleeping in, but actually comes inside from the main door of the tavern, bow slung over her shoulders, and sees you all and says, "Well, I'm a bit surprised. I thought you'd all be off to do your exploring. already.
What time is it?
Well, I mean,
Dawn.
It's dawn. It's been light out for
Hey,
an hour or so.
I might be able to see really good at the dark. That doesn't mean the rest of them can. Don't cut them a short leash. Come on.
I can see okay in the dark.
Shh.
I can't.
Where is Olinda?
That's rough, buddy.
I'm actually right over here eating me some food.
Oh, the
Just
voice
like-
is back. All right,
Trying
all
to remember
right.
if I have dark vision.
I didn't mean any offense. You all had said you were gonna be going early. I didn't know. Oh,
Well, I think a nice meal will do us good, and then get us off on the road, nice and easy.
I drank
Hopefully
too
we'll find
much,
what we need to
so
find.
I was
Yeah.
not good enough of our
that'll
dawn.
do it.
That'll definitely do it.
Mind you, Kyra walked back to bed with a bottle of wine.
Correct.
Mind you, where is that bottle that you took up there last night?
Why does it matter?
Well, it looked mighty tasty. You might have wanted me a glass.
Well, it is empty.
All right.
Me and that bottle became very well acquainted last night, and yeah.
Seems to be the case. Seems like somebody else is walking the walk of shame, except for not the bottle today.
I didn't end up in anybody else's room.
This night.
Hey, I haven't done it, period. What do you think me as?
Nothing.
I'm not some common whore.
I know. I'm mostly just making
Just
jokes because it's
unfold
not like
myself
I'm
to anyone who walks through the bloody door.
I didn't say you did I?
Ah, well, you're making this assumptions, apparently.
You're inferring a lot into what I said, little miss.
Juniper just backs up to stand by Lady Rhiannon. I have something to talk to you about. Well, this
Of
is
course.
going on.
I mean, I am
Ewan
taller
sips
than
his
you.
soup excitedly.
What's of course. What seems to be the issue?
Before we left, I mentioned to your sister
That's
that
rude.
I have a patron. That's where some of my magic
tea.
comes from.
Kyra is repeatedly punching Ovalon in the stomach.
As of late, I have been connecting to them in my sleep. And last night, we had a conversation, and he did a scry on the changelings that we're following. The blue-haired one, noticed that they were being watched and made a comment about the fairy not coming back, or at least not to expect it.
Well, that could certainly cause a problem. I look into it.
Which is exactly why I wanted to bring it to your attention.
Right.
Since the others wish to explore the islands.
We got animals because we're cooler than you, Ominda.
Well, she's
I
a
stole mine.
thief.
What?
That's my
Yes.
kind of man.
Well, it was in a cage, and I looked at her, and I like poke at the shadows somewhere beneath the table, and she didn't deserve to be in that cage.
Amanda, you've seen our animals.
Yeah, just when? Because they kind of just keep apparating.
The Arwen kept a piece of Opalon and gave him a ring, and now I have the ring. And it gives me a dog.
You got a dog.
Yes.
My patron
You have
gave me
you have
that.
seen me with a massive hound
For like 2 days.
for like many evenings and nights
Yeah,
by the
and
fire
we-
with this hound.
And we did not stop by not a single purveyor of hellhounds, not a once. It just showed up out of nowhere.
He's not a hellhound.
Well, what
Those
is
are
it then?
black.
What color is he?
He's white with red ears. I mean, technically, I suppose he's theoretically a hellhound, because, like, there's not a version of hell. My head hurts.
I mean, aren't there more? Isn't there more than one hell? I've heard
What?
some people say. I've heard some people.
I don't
say
think
that.
there's a hell in this belief structure.
So you think
There's
if I
the
were to
shadow
just
pit. Are you referring to the shadow
concentrate
pit?
hard enough, I might get me one of them cool animals y'all done got?
I think you
Maybe.
can, buddy.
I
I
think you
believe in
might
ya.
get a shark when we get out on the ocean.
Maybe
Ooh,
for
seems
your
kinda fun.
birthday.
Ooh, it's gonna be a while for that.
Sorry, Kyle.
Juniper's just
I'm
getting in
not.
her head.
What would you like to do?
Role play,
So
obviously.
there was
How
that lady.
dare you?
There was
Right.
that
Okay,
lady,
hold on.
there was
I-
a lady who was supposed to have like a boat or something, wasn't there? That we could
Yes.
use.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's given us a boat. Do you guys think it is a smart idea for us to go to these islands? Because, like, we can use the boat to get to Curls of the Island, or use the boat to go across the lake. It would be a long boat ride.
I
Well-
can get us there pretty good. I think
Hold
kinda
on.
want to get them cool
Hold on,
things.
you lot aren't thinking the right way.
What
Those
are you going on
islands,
about?
those islands out there aren't like really there, or at least once we're on them, we're not really here.
Oh, because they're a part of the Wilderlands.
Right. So why don't we just not go through the same door we go in?
End up on the other side faster.
That's true.
Maybe, or it'll take way longer.
That is also true. We can always just backtrack, go back to the boat. Hopefully, it'll still be there.
There's
I
definitely
am-
once or
I-
twice it took me a little longer.
I
to get
know
home.
I'm usually the stick in the mud, so I apologize. I am a little worried about walking into the Wilderlands with and she like juts her thumb at Juniper. I'm worried she might get kidnapped.
Well,
Ooh,
Why
we
ooh,
just-
wait,
be
wait,
kidnapped?
wait, wait,
Because your
wait,
patron's a
wait,
weird
wait,
man.
wait. He is, but wait. Two islands, two sisters. What if I don't know, some of you are really good at talking to people. All of you are really a lot better at it than I am.
Where's your guys' proof?
But wait,
How do you know
wait.
My patron's weird.
I don't know. The ring
your
is funky.
symbol. Okay. Let's look at it this way. Your symbol of your devotion to your patron is a wedding band. Mine is
that
a
is a little
bow.
weird.
Do you
Teacher,
see
apprentice. Teacher,
the concern?
apprentice.
Yeah, that is a little.
Teachers
weird.
don't give their apprentices rings, Juniper.
Yeah.
They give them like a
Sounds
knife,
like
or they give
other
them like
shit
a
to me.
kit to make arrows.
Let alone,
Yeah,
let
they got a
alone,
point.
let
Do you
alone
even like that, Ryan? Is it even cute?
rings you cannot remove.
You can't take it off.
Guys,
Are
we're
you
getting
okay?
sidetracked. I have a plan. Shush.
Are you
shush.
okay? Do we need to contact somebody?
Blink 3 times if you need help.
I'm fine.
Guys, I have an actual real idea about our problem though.
Now I'm becoming increasingly worried that you guys are gonna jump Juniper and try to take her ring off.
Why would I jump you for it? I just do it in
No,
your
you've
sleeve.
already told us you can't take it off. Well, at least you told me you can't take it. I'm bad at keeping secrets. I'm sorry.
You did just let all them secrets out. Although you know that.
Yeah, I didn't know any of that before you just said it right now.
Nope.
I formulated all of my opinions in
That
2
means
seconds
I
there.
can't lose my. It means I can't lose it.
Juniper, you're making excuses for a creepy dude.
You don't know anything
I
about
f-
him.
Grassman, you got an idea over there?
Anyways.
Right, yes.
What are we doing today?
So there's 2 islands and there's 2 different sisters who really don't like each other. What if we offer one of the sisters to steal the other sister's item? We just take a little trip back to town to show him to the old lady. We go back to the sister we offered that to, and in exchange for doing this thing for her, she offers us safe passage to, like, I don't know, one of the sister cities.
Might be a good idea.
That might work.
Might work.
You think we could finagle that?
Making deal with the Fae is not always a good idea.
Yeah, I've
Right,
done a-
right.
I've
We
done a
have to be
couple
very
deals
careful,
myself.
maybe, about how we word the term safe passage.
Yeah.
But like, that's why I'm offering it to you guys now, so I don't try to do it.
So I
So I'm
think
cute, but I'm not that good with my words.
I think we can do it. You know what I mean? I think we go up to one of the sisters. I tell them, I would like to get a good look at your item, and I'll do whatever you need, and whatever it requires. We'll take your other sister's item for safe passage, as long as we get to show some old lady. I think that'll work.
Question. How are we going to convince two not quite gods to go against each other?
They already
Okay.
fucking hate each other.
True. Which person are we giving the other item to?
So
Flip a
what do
coin.
y'all know about these sisters? Do I know anything about these sisters? 'Cause I
We
know we learned stuff.
know that one of them is the mother of banshees.
Right, yeah.
And then the other one is referred to as hold on.
Let me see, I might have it in mind too.
What did
Hmm.
Gordon tell Juniper about them?
He told you that Neve was of the golden hair was very proud.
Yeah.
And he told you that Kleena, Queen of the Banshees, was very loud.
Oh, proud and loud. All right.
Yep.
I mean,
I mean, that
theoretically,
seems like a fair descriptor.
I have an idea. I rephrase. I am very sneaky. I can't say the same for the rest of you,
No, that's entirely fair.
but I could try to steal the item from the banshees by making a distraction.
That's probably not a good idea.
You think invoking the wrath of these fake creatures you're obviously so afraid of might be a bad idea?
Of course it's a bad idea. We're not going to be able... Okay, I'm going to tell you this straight. We are not going to be able to get these items from one of these sisters to give it to the other sister without having to steal it.
I don't know. I'm pretty persuasive. We can try.
You could
both,
just
you know
lie
what I
through
mean?
your teeth.
We could always have plan A and plan B.
What would you suggest my lie be, Ewan?
I don't know. That's why I offered it to you guys. I gave you guys a pretty good skeleton of an idea. I pitched it to the
let's
group
say
to get help on
we
it.
walk up to the prideful sister, and we walk up to her. We tell her that the renown of her name is so great that one of her people who loves her so much would like to view her item of such renown. Give that a good shot. Take it. Go to the loud sister. Do something pretty similar.
I would like to take the option that pisses them off the least. I would like to ask them if they could show me how to do some more magic. I like learning things.
Well, we can do that first and then take their stuff later.
Well, maybe we just play it by ear as we go and keep the theft thing in the back pocket.
Yeah,
'Cause
steal
I think
last.
Kyra's got a point. So maybe we just, I don't know, try to be, I don't know.
Okay.
All right, Wild Walkers on 3. No, I'm kidding.
Jesus.
Wild on 2, Walkers on 3.
Okay, let me think. I don't think just trying to be like, oh, great and powerful daughters of Manannan, please let us see your items of such great renown so that we may worship you greater, is a bad idea.
Why?
Because no one's gonna fucking believe that.
Hey man, I'm pretty persuasive.
You don't know that. We've never even met these sisters. They might be gullible as fuck.
What if we were to do a trade? You see, these people of such strength often don't need material items.
I don't
So what if we
think you
traded
all
an item for
understand.
knowledge?
I don't think you all understand.
I don't think they know about Whistling Pete.
The Fae aren't the Fae and gullible do not go together.
I'm fully aware of this. I just want to learn some magic from them. I don't care about the items.
I'm entirely offering here. We walk up to one of them. We say we have some knowledge that they don't know. Tell them, and we take the item as payment.
That's kind of how business is conducted.
They do like knowledge, typically.
They're
You
going
know-
to want us to share that information. or
Wait.
show them.
There's one thing that Fae like more than people and owning things. Power. And there is a god missing right now. So, we might be able to use that at our advantage. Let me think about it. Because, listen to me. They're children of Mononan, right? Mononan and the other two of the old men have always worked together in balance to make sure everything goes correctly. No, that's not gonna work. I'm thinking about it. They're too old. They wouldn't want to walk over each other's feet. Especially if Sylvanas came back. This is a bad idea.
I still think the conversational item might work. Little exchange of ideas.
Okay, what ideas do you have that would be valuable to an entity that doesn't age?
I am a storyteller. I know tales that they may not know. Things that they might tell their other people. Things that they might be able to proliferate on.
They might make you dance until you die.
I could dance.
Just don't
could
promise
dance. I'm pretty good at that.
to do anything like that, and then you'll be fine. It's fine. It'll be
Are you
fine.
okay?
Anyway,
Here's
we
the
should
thing.
get going. We've all finished breakfast at this point.
Fine.
Those doppelgangers are getting away every minute
believe in
we're
us,
hanging
okay?
here.
I offered a pretty good idea to catch up with them. That's all I'm saying.
You did.
And besides, maybe I could guide it. Maybe it's just not as, maybe we could just ask him for directions.
That is true. I think talking to him will be a little bit more fortuitous than you might think.
We've got to at least try it before we go to the Robin thing.
Yeah, they're gonna know we're there the minute we step on the grounds anyway.
Well, of course.
Kind of how that works, is that not?
I mean, Juniper and I are two massive beacons of our gods, so
Yeah.
anywhere we go, we smell like them.
Kyle, I forget. Did we get a long rest, right?
You guys just woke up.
And are now walking to the dock that the
We
old
are
lady
now
said she had a
walking
boat
to
by.
the dock to go to the
Or
boat
maybe
that the
just
old
the
lady
shore.
has.
Wonderful.
Kyra. As they're walking.
Juniper.
Question.
Answer, perhaps. Theoretically.
When you talk to your patron, do you get like splitting migraines?
No.
Oh,
Ever.
cool.
Period. Why?
I don't know. I've been getting them since we've gotten here, but it's not because of my patron. Whenever
Is
I
it-
try connecting to him, last night, it felt like there was another entity there, and it was causing the headache.
You're a witch, right?
Yeah.
You should probably start communicating with your patron while standing in a salt circle.
Why?
Because salt is protection. Ewan. It's at least a little bit of an extra air of...
Like I said, the headaches aren't coming from him. That I'm
Yes, but if there is something else following you, it would keep that away. Theoretically.
It was saying something about danger.
Golly! Gee! Huh.
As you guys
That
walk
is quite peculiar.
through
Juniper?
the village of Canal Dieth, it's early morning. The halflings are waking. They are beginning to head out towards the salt pan, or not the salt pans, the salt harvesting portions of the coast. But you all head directly for the docks, where you see the elderly woman, whose name I believe was Fonda.
I believe it was Village Crazy Lady.
That
First,
also
middle, last.
is true.
First, middle, last.
I like to call her Villy. Just calling her
Goodness.
Crazy Lady is just rude. And she's not in trouble, so why would you go with the middle last?
Let's see. I think this is what I want.
Uh,
This is exactly what I want.
Travis,
Ha-ha.
I hope that you appreciate the title of the last session.
What was it?
Because it was a Knight of the Red Caps, which was a homage to Knight of the Red Dawn.
Yes. You see the old woman Fonda. She is at the docks there, and she's just kind of standing there, letting the salt breeze blow her wispy hair back as she's just hunched over with a little cane, staring out at the water.
Pardon?
Ah!
Can I duck?
She doesn't hit you.
Oh, okay,
She's
good.
So tiny. She just Oh, right. Hello.
It was the spooky sea demons out to get you.
You
I'm gonna hit
all
him.
are prepared
You could
to
certainly try.
head out into the great unknown. Yes. Well, it's not that unknown. It's right over there. But
Seems
My-
very well known.
boy with the boat could not make it today. He had other business to take care of, but he did give me this. And you see, she pulls out a little box and just hands it to whoever's at the front of the line.
So is there no boat?
What is in the box?
She says, "Well, I asked him if he could help get you across the water, and he said he was busy, but he said this would help."
What's in the box?
Kyra, just
don't
open the
know.
box. Stop asking questions.
Yeah,
I
just
will
it.
open the box.
If you're afraid, I'll open it.
You go to open the box. The box does not open, but written on the surface of the box is a word. It is in giant. It says Squabatween, which in giant you all are aware is means wave sweeper.
Hmm. Does that phrase have any kind of significance to me at all?
Juniper, look at the box with your thingy.
Omenda, make a history check
Yeah, I will
with
do so.
advantage.
Nice.
Juniper is going to use her Arcanist loop.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
It's going to take you 10 minutes to use the loop. Omenda, as Juniper is getting out the loop and starting the process of identifying this object, Omenda, immediately to your mind comes a flash of information.
Mhm.
In the old stories, and I would say for you, Omenda, the deity that you know the most about is
Mhm.
Mannanan. He's the god of the sea. He is neutral. He does not he's not in favor of merchants and against pirates. Anyone who sails prays to Mannanan for safe passage from the forces of nature. And he just lets everything else kind of play out how it's going to play out.
Right.
In the old stories, one of the first times that the Tilwith Teg, which is the branch of the pantheon that Mannanan belongs to, and the Tuatha
Right.
De Danann aided one another, there was a great one-eyed giant named Baelor. And the Tuatha De Danann sent forth their youngest member, the deity Lu, to face him. And Mannanan bequeathed unto Lu many items of power to aid him in this fight. One of them was a coracle ship, or a coracle boat, known as the Wave Sweeper. A self-propelled boat that went wherever the master wanted it to go.
Let me get a look at that real quick.
Yeah, here.
And he'll try to open it. I assume it doesn't open, right?
Does not open.
He'll kind of turn to you and be like, I thank you for this. Accent's all wrong.
Yeah.
But he pulls out from his backpack a small little metal utensil. Little square rectangle, few inches long, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As he just ding, chime of opening on the box.
The box opens, and in your hands, Omenda, the box begins to unfold as it just gets larger
We're down. We're down.
and larger and larger
Put it in the
until
water.
you drop it into the water, and a 15-foot long, 5-foot wide, 2-foot deep coracle, which is just a little punting boat. There's an oar and a little punter's pole that also appear in it, is sitting there
Yeah.
in the water. You also see there is an anchor. There is a mast that is not currently set up. You would have to set it up, and there is also a canvas sail in it as well.
He as it kind of falls into the water, like kind of like a huge splash. He's like, "Hey, well,
Now we have
I
a
think-
boat.
yeah, I think we're gonna be getting on the water." This is stupendous, and it becomes smaller. You said it was 15 feet?
15 feet long.
Juniper's just
Damn.
examining this thing like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
Thank you,
it's-
old lady.
Alphonse is
yes,
like,
the,
Well, that's something you don't see every day.
no shit.
I can't believe this is the boat of that was given to Lou. At least I think. How
Why
did he
would
have
your
this?
boatman have this?
Oh, he's a cleric of Mannanan.
Well, that makes
Do you have
perfect
a
sense.
name for this gentleman?
His name
Or
is
just
Ortun.
boatman? Ortun?
Orton.
Ortun? Okay.
He's a fine lad. He's a Selkie from, well, he's from the Windswept Coast. But he's been here for a while.
Oh,
But
damn.
He had other things he needed to take care of. But
Selkies are always coming through
remember,
for us.
this boat is on loan. You may use it for a while, but eventually it will make its own way home. So,
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Can the boat sail itself?
she said, well, that I'm not sure about. He said that everything you would need would be in the boat. So,
Well, even if she can't sail herself, I know I can sure get her going. As he kind of starts to rub the sides of the boat,
yeah.
he's just real enamored.
Oh, Minda, there are other people around.
Omenda, with your history check, I'm gonna say because it was above a 20, or
Yeah.
it was a 20 or higher.
Mhm.
You jump in and you start getting things set up. You get the sail kind of up and ready
Yeah.
to go. And while you're searching in there, you find just a simple scrap of paper.
Okay.
And on it is written an incantation.
Hmm. Is it in a language that I can read?
It is. It's in common.
Okay.
The note is in common. The incantation is what is the incantation in? The incantation is in Sylvan.
Oh,
But it's an incantation. You don't really need to know how to read the language as long as you can
Right.
pronounce what's there. And it's a very simple incantation.
Mhm.
But the note that is with it, that's in kind of this scrawling chicken scratch, just says, just tell her where you need to go and she'll treat you right.
Oh, I think this is gonna be really nice. All right. Get in the boat, everybody. It's time to go.
I'm gonna hop in that boat.
Yep.
Pretty sure this qualifies as a ship, but okay.
Yeah,
It's
don't split
it's
hairs.
it's 15 feet.
What's the difference?
That's about the size of a schooner.
What? The fuck did you just call me?
That's a type of boat, dingus.
The fuck did you just call me?
It's
Guys, I think there's something wrong with Ewan's ears.
No rocking the boat.
All right.
This
So-
would classify technically as a boat.
So
It's a coracle.
where to first, y'all? Which one do you think will be the easier sister to persuade?
Probably the one with the pride complex.
Yeah, that was what the Neem, right? Or Neve?
Neve.
Yeah,
This
you
is-
look out at the two islands, and even in this like early morning, you see the glowing light of dawn coming down onto this smaller island, and then you see you see this other island that's just immersed in shadow off to the right. It's like,
I don't think I've ever seen anything that looked quite so ominous.
I mean,
Well-
I'm more inclined to that kind of weather, so.
Um,
That doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Omendo
Of course
kinda,
not, I'm a
as they're
drow.
talking,
yeah,
Omendo will walk back to the rudder, put his hand on the rudder, and he'll kind of just say, "To the prideful one."
to the prideful one, you say, "Do you speak the incantation?"
Yes.
Wonderful. You speak the incantation, a few words of Sylvan come out of this little frog man, and you watch as below the boat a current forms and stretches off, and it has a soft glow to it. Omenda, you cast Find the Path.
Ooh.
As long as you are concentrating on Find the Path, this boat will propel itself along the quickest route to where you're trying to go.
Okay.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And you guys set sail off onto the Great Salt Lake, Lindegrau. As Fonda waves at you all as you're leaving, you see Taran. Like, you guys are taking off. You guys are, like, not paying attention. You turn around. You see Taran is just still sitting there on the dock. like watching you all sail away.
I'm like, I just hold up my hand that has the ring, and I just
Yeah.
summon him back to me.
He bounds out and truly runs on water. He just and you guys take off.
I mean, he's a ghost. He's a ghost, Fae. He's a Fae ghost thing.
He's a Fae ghost thing.
Ghost doggy.
Let's see.
Dog, that
Ghost
is a
dog,
ghost.
ghost dog, ghost dog.
Technically,
Ghost
he's
dog.
just like incorporeal. He's still a Fae.
Ghost dog. Dog, that is a fake ghost.
Ghost dog.
This will be fun.
Hey, dog ghost.
I still feel like we're kind of going this situation without a plan.
What the fuck? We totally have a plan.
I feel like we have the skeleton of a plan with that. There's no organs. There's no heart beating.
Well, yeah, we don't know anything about where we're stepping into. How could we fill it with blood and guts and meat and skin?
I just think I've stolen something before from a Fae, and I was lucky that he was like, that's kind of funny. So, and I didn't know I was stealing something from the Fae.
That sounds like an interesting story, Kyra.
Oh, you always got to be careful when you're doing anything, even Fae adjacent.
I didn't know. I didn't know at all. I mean, I kind of knew. I kind of had an inclination.
If you have an inkling, that should be more than enough.
He had a lot of like disappearing dogs with him, and ran through the forest like a wild man. So I had some thoughts.
Yeah, that
Sounds like my kind of fella.
I think you and the Arwen would get along a lot. You seem both wild enough, but he seems a little more not quite as chaotic. You're like wild like a storm. He's a little more grounded like snow.
Here. Ah!
It's the hidden island! He showed it to us!
Yeah, you guys head on out. Let's see here. Boo boo boo. So it's looking like about 40 miles out to the island of Neve. You guys are being propelled along, and at a pretty rapid pace, you have a current that is propelling you automatically, and the wind is blowing in the exact right direction, so you are scooting along here.
I gotta admit, this is a lot nicer than doing the coast. He very sweet Selkie man, but it's a very long boat ride.
It was a very long boat ride, and Sham's little boat was smaller than this, and you were all crammed into it.
Anybody want to play Three Dragon Ante while we wait?
No, I'm not betting anything against you.
Who said anything about bet? We can just play.
It's you.
What, like I'm look at me. Can I
I'm just
convince
as
you to do
bad as
something
Ominda.
Can I convince you to do something you actively don't want to
Omenda.
do? Your style speaks volume.
As you are the master of the ship at the time being. You are not really having to do much, but you are, you have the rudder. You're keeping your eye on things. I'd like you to go ahead and make for me a perception check while you guys are.
For sure. I'm pretty good at this. 17.
17. You guys are making great progress. You're thinking that you're gonna maybe make it in like maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. You're going at a pretty nice clip. A couple of things that you notice, Omenda. You see every once in a while things jumping in the water. And, you know, it's a salt lake. You assume there's fish here. You see things jump all the time. But there's at least one time, Omenda, where you see what you're pretty sure is a feminine form kind of come out of the water, and it's maybe about, I'd say, 100 or so feet off to the port side. You just see you're used to the fish, you're doing okay, and then you just see a much bigger feminine form just kind of through the water.
Which side of the boat do I see this on?
Port side. Port side is right.
Left or right?
Left side?
Port side's left side.
Left side.
Yeah, I looked up terminology.
Proud of you. I didn't.
I'll send you a link. It's like perfect.
Excellent.
But
Or
everybody-
has 4 letters like left.
yeah, everybody, look at the port side. Keep an eye out. I see some humanoid shapes in the water. Keep your eyes open. Accent's fucking gone at this point.
It's back.
Yeah, it was pretty okay.
Yeah,
You all like look out in that direction, and a couple of minutes goes by and you don't really see anything. Omenda, starboard, about 30 or 40 feet out, you see a form jump.
Starboard side.
You all turn and look. Another couple minutes goes by. You guys don't see anything.
Ominda, are you feeling okay?
Y'all need to keep your eyes peeled out in the water. I see things coming. Anybody have any ability to light the waves?
What? You want
Do
me
any
to
of y'all
light
like
up
the
the light
waves?
waves?
Yeah, illuminate.
Oh, yeah,
You could.
sure. And I will,
I could
pull-
too, but I'm.
I will, rub my hands together, and I will, and the lights, dance out off of our fingers and dip down into the water.
The lights dip down into the water. They attract the attention of like a lot of fish. You see a lot of fish just start swimming along and doing stuff. While everybody is keeping an eye out, Omenda, you see a feminine form again. This time, you're looking just off the side of the boat, and you see the face. A familiar face to you, Omenda. There is a Nereid here, a water spirit, looking up at you from the water. And it's just staying right along. It's like on its back, about 2 or 3 feet underwater, just swimming along, looking right up at you.
What do I know about Nereids again? I know stuff, but I just don't remember off the top of my head.
They are water spirits, very specifically ocean spirits.
Oh, okay.
So I think in your mind you think the only reason that this being that you've seen before, you've met a couple of times, the only reason that she is able to be here right now is because you're on a salt lake. If you were on a river, she probably couldn't be here. But this is specifically the Nereid that you had made your original deal with.
I'll kind of walk over to the starboard side, right?
Yep.
Kind of walk over to the edge of the boat, and I'll be like, kind of in a hushed tone, but not like quiet. I was kind of be like, "Why are you? What brought you out here?"
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me, Omenda.
Oh,
I'm pretty good at those. Do I have anything that lets me do it? Damn. I'm gonna fail. I rolled a 2
2.
plus 7, so that's like 8 or 9.
All of you watch as rising up from the water, a feminine, kind of elf-like form, very fey-like features, kind of rises up from the water and looks to be made of water herself. But it's just her like from her waist up comes out of the water and grabs Omenda by the sides of the face and just says, "We need to have a talk, darling," and gives him a deep kiss on his frog-like mouth before tipping over backwards and pulling both of them into the water.
Amanda!
Shit.
The
I
boat.
know this was going to be a bad idea.
The boat continues along as long as Omenda maintains concentration.
Mhm.
Omenda, it's immediately salt water. It's immediate, like, you're not unfamiliar with it. You've been a pirate. You've been out on the sea. It's still not great for you
Yeah.
as a frog person. As you're being pulled underwater slightly deeper and deeper and deeper, as she is just holding you there and says, "Now that we can have a bit of a private chat, where's my money, Omenda?"
I'm getting it. I had a little bit of a setback. You see, my first mate tried to kill me. I'm hoping to get some good little trinkets from these sisters here at these islands, and I was gonna give them to you.
That's intriguing. Sure. That'll start working off your debt. And then maybe, just maybe, we can get you back out there, earning more and more. And I'll take my cut, my due.
Yeah, that was the agreement.
Yes, it was. Acquire these objects. I'd be certainly interested in taking a look at them. But also, that first mate of yours, she crossed here a few days ago. She's different now. Very different.
You telling me?
She has something of mine, and I need you to get it back from her.
What? Just tell me what it is, and I'll get it.
You know exactly what it is. You gave it to her. In a show of good faith. And Omenda, you remember sailing on your ship, your first mate, Galpavraga, whom you trusted. She was always adept in the use of poisons. She was more used to using daggers and such things. But from one particular score of treasure, there was a sort of very fine cutlass that she was able to imbue with very potent poisons. And it seemed like something that would fit her, and you bequeathed it to her not long before the mutiny.
I'll get it back.
Good. That's would go a long way. I'm not too concerned about it because, well, if I don't get my due, well, you'll just never be safe on the water again. And we don't want that, do we?
I suppose not. I promise you that I'll get you these items. I
Thank you.
know that these sisters can be a little difficult, so I'll
Oh,
do my
they're
best.
just archfey. Just flatter them, and
That was
all will
that was
go
the plan.
well.
No, I certainly-
Remember, I'm interested in taking a look at these items. And so I will. But mostly I want back what's mine. And I want a lot of what's back, or I want a lot of what's mine back in cash, Omenda. You owe me a lot of money.
Here. This is what I got on my person right now. And I'll take his whole sack of gold.
It truly turns into sea foam, and just as she takes it, it's like, ah. Well, that's worth putting you back on your boat, and also a tiny bit more information. Because you see, when your first mate threw you overboard and killed everyone what was loyal to you, she took all of your loot. She sold quite a bit of it for whatever her new escapades are. But the rest of it, Omenda, is exactly where you expect it to be. It's home. So you might have to make a little trip out to the windswept coast when you get a chance. You
Oh.
understand?
Yeah, yes.
Perfect. Well done, lad. And she grabs you and gives you a deep kiss again. And you, for the rest of you, truly 5 seconds after they dipped under the water, she comes back up, places Omenda on the boat, looks at the rest of you and just says, "Ta," and disappears into the water.
What the
Literal
shit?
fucking loan shark. Literal loan shark.
What was that?
Oh, an old friend of mine.
You seemed rather close.
A friend
Yeah,
who dragged
you know.
into salt water?
Different cultures and things. She can't really spend a lot of time outside of the water, so
Well, what was it about?
well, you see, we need to get that other grung.
Yeah,
That's all.
right. I mean, we obviously have to get back, Ovalon, and you have to get back our friends as shadows. That's the most important.
Yeah, and she's got something in mind too, so it'll be a good.
Well, I'm sure revenge is a part of that plan. So,
Oh, indeed. I plan to shove this as he pulls out his weapon deep into that dark bitch's heart.
valid. Is that gonna happen every time we go out on the water?
I hope not, but I can't really tell you one way or the other, honestly. But-
Anybody else got a fae in their back pocket that we should know about at some point?
You already know about mine.
Oh no, I think
yeah.
you all met Iris already.
Yeah. Oaf,
Not that I'm aware.
got a an Uncle Archfey or something somewhere that we should know about?
Arch.
You mentioned that my patron expressed that he was looking forward to us going to the islands, right?
What?
Yeah.
You just
I mean,
plan to
I
drip
was-
feed us all this information after we can't object to it
Grab her by
anymore?
the shoulders and just shake her.
Ah,
Why?
Her hair gets loose from the braid.
Hey, cool.
Tell me these things. Why
Hey,
can't
man,
you just tell me that when they happen?
That's not gonna help anything. Don't shake the poor girl.
I was going to. You were tired and angry when I woke you up.
Of course I was tired and angry. It was a hangover. You let me drink an entire bottle of red wine.
That's not my responsibility to watch what you drink.
Dumping things like this on me in the morning. You should have.
Hey, Ophalon, can we nibble on some of that jerky while we watch this? This is fucking hilarious.
Amanda just takes a deep breath and goes all the way back to the rudder, starts sailing again in silence.
Guys,
I
continue
just want like
on
one piece to nibble on while I watch it. It's fucking great.
through the water.
Harry just holds her face in her hand.
Truly so loud.
She's not trying to hit Ewan, but she snaps a thorn whip at him.
Yeah. He's like, this is mine now.
Oh, I guess I won't need leather. Hold on. Your vines don't have thorns on them, right? That was one of your things about your thorn whip. It ironically does not have thorns.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm keeping this.
A bit of time passes on the water, and the island of Neve draws closer and closer. As you all are approaching, you start to see just beautiful foliage. Silver and golden leaves of tall beech-like trees surround this island. And the sun is just hitting it in such a perfect way that it's beautiful. And the ship seems to be making for a simple cove with a perfect, almost looks untouched sandy beach.
It's a little bright, don't you think?
It's beautiful.
I like pull Kyra's hat off of her pack and just plunk it onto her head. The one that Juniper made her.
All right.
No.
You all look out ahead as you're coming into shore. Taran is already there and is just sitting on the shoreline, just waiting for you all. As the boat comes into shore, right up onto the sand, allowing for everyone to disembark.
Alright, what's the plan?
Let's get lay of the land first. What do we kind of see ahead outside of the beach? Is there
it's a wall of these very tall beech trees with silver and golden leaves. You think you see like a gap through them that isn't like a real trail. It's more like an animal trail. But that's the only like distinct path that you can see at the moment.
Okay. He'll kind of turn to everybody and be like, one of y'all's little creatures good at scouting?
Yeah, and I'll whistle to Taran and send him out into the woods.
He looks at you, he looks towards the woods, and he gallops off. Everybody make a perception check.
Mm-hmm. I will indeed.
That's a nat 20 for a total of 22.
I also rolled a natural 20.
Perception,
But
correct?
But it's daytime and I have disadvantage.
That is true.
8.
Pity.
Dirt twant.
Dirt
I
20.
rolled a 4.
Sad.
That is rough.
I
23.
was just like-
Myra is blinded by the trees.
It's really bright.
If you got above a 20, you start to, as Taran takes off into the woods, there's a definite change in the wind. Like, you start to realize that the wind you were all experiencing was more from the magic of the boat than anything else. And there's a definite changing of the wind. And as Taran kind of goes out of sight into the woodlands, you realize the trees in the wind, the leaves are rustling in ways that almost sound metallic, like against each other. I think the best way to describe it, it sounds like rain on a tin roof, like, but all around.
It's a little loud.
Kyra, as you all are waiting for Taran's to give a sound or something, maybe 5-6 minutes goes by and you lose connection with Taran.
I can't sense my dog. I will start heading towards where he went.
Okay.
As she goes, I'm gonna follow behind. I'm gonna grab a rock that's on the beach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast light on the rock, and then I'm gonna put it in my pocket, so that way it's like dim light versus
Yeah, for sure. You all start to make your way up into the tree line.
Can I get a little knock on one of these trees as I pass by it and suss it out a little?
Yeah. Go ahead, and as you make a knock on it, go ahead and make a nature check. Or investigation, if one's better than the other.
Nature is now I have proficiency in, although I rolled average. 12.
12. You knock on it. It's wood. Even with a 12, you look it up down. This is a beech tree.
I'm curious about something, Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
With my newest level up, I got my subclass, and my subclass lets me do funky things depending on what type of plant I'm interacting with.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if you would allow me to, like, not necessarily take on any properties, but like vibe check it in such a way with Mind Key as if I were going to like
Sure.
see what it's got to offer.
Sure. Does it cost you key points to do that?
Yes.
So I will ask you just if you want to spend an key point to vibe check this tree. I will absolutely allow you to do that.
Yeah, I want to see because that tingling that's not the sound leaves make.
Correct.
That isn't the sound leaves make, and that's weird. So I want to know more about this before we start walking into a forest of them.
Absolutely. The tree is made of wood. It is a beech tree.
Mhm.
Something changes the further up the tree. And in fact, looking up, you see that kind of white with gray patches on it that you're accustomed to seeing in beech trees. It becomes more of a silver gray the higher up it goes. The tree seems to become metallic further up, and that includes the leaves, which are all you guys are starting to head into this forest, and it's one of those forests where you're walking through tree trunks. All of the leaves are like 10-15 feet above you.
Yeah.
At their lowest.
would it be safe to assume that the tree is?
Hmm?
Does the tree have any magical properties that I can detect?
I will say you get a sense of abjuration magic. Protective magic.
Interesting.
Okay, guys. Probably don't do anything squirrely and be polite. Also, the tops of the trees are made of metal, so maybe don't climb them.
Good to know.
And as you all proceed through the forest here, those metallic leaves, upper parts of the tree, you start to realize their purpose as the sunlight from above reflects off of it like mirrors, giving a decent amount of light down underneath the canopy. Although Omenda's dim light is actually helping increase that. But you guys are just kind of walking through this very thick, dense beech grove. And you walk, and you walk. And about 5 or so minutes later, you see a river. A river is too strong of a word. You see a stream. And there is a simple wooden bridge across it. And Kyra, go ahead and make a survival check for me.
It's 19.
Taran's footprints end at the bridge.
Oh, I hate liminal spaces, and I'm gonna head towards the bridge.
Wonderful.
What's a liminal space?
Hold on. Don't cross that bridge quite yet. We don't know if we just die when we hit the bridge.
No. My guess is that it is how we get to the Wilderland. You cross bridges in order to get into Fey realms. That's
Well,
just kind of how it works.
I'm gonna
Oh,
walk
that's
across
true.
the bridge.
And
Ewan
lucky for us,
walks across the bridge.
and lucky for us, my patron is the god of liminal spaces. So,
As you're having this conversation with Omenda, you watch Ewan just walk across the bridge. Ewan, you cross it 3 strides. It's not a big stream. It's not a big bridge. You just walk across. The rest of you watch as Ewan's foot steps off of the bridge on the other side. It's like a shimmering curtain that he steps through, and he's gone.
grand. I will do the same.
Well, I suppose if they're all doing it, I guess we should too, huh?
You're the one who wanted to come here.
Hey, well, sometimes.
You can't coward out now.
Oh, I'm not trying to. I have to retrieve these items to tell you that, but this is a little bit frightening for me. It's a little bit more outside of my expertise here. So,
As you all cross
Get
this
me-
bridge, one after the other, Ewan, the first to cross.
Yes.
You step off of the bridge, and immediately things are different. The trees are much more spread apart. They are also, to the extreme, much taller. You see fairy lights up the up the trunks of the trees, and it's no longer just beeches, but other similar trees, beeches, aspens, all of those kind of long tall, straight trees. They all have those similar properties, though. You can see up above. You see leaves seem to be constantly falling, as if it were autumn. You pick up a leaf, and it feels like a leaf, but it is unmistakably metallic.
That's just trippy. And I'm going to look at the leaf structure for a second and think about what I've been collecting pieces for. And I'm going to put that one back.
Sorry, Kyle.
And I will wait for my friends
What, Paul?
before I do anything wild.
Have we all crossed the plane at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
So after you all cross, you see Ewan kind of standing there holding a leaf before pocketing it. And Kyra, you see Taran maybe 20, 30 feet ahead, just sitting in the middle of the path, just staring off into the distance.
I will head to my dog and see what he is focused on.
Yeah, we'll get to you, Omenda. As you guys have crossed over, what would you like to do?
I would like to climb one of the trees.
Okay. Go ahead and...
For a couple reasons, but yes.
Yeah. Climbing is going to be an athletics check. The DC is somewhat high just because, again, these trees are straight up. So there's there's hardly any branches or leaves for close to like 30, 40 feet.
Okay.
Doesn't mean you can't do it, but just roll athletics.
He'll take his jacket off and he'll sling it around one of the sides of the tree to kind of do that little tension action as he rolls his athletic check. Can I get advantage with all the knowledge I know about climbing straight trees?
No?
I don't care. No, I don't care. I rolled a, what is that? 11.
11?
Yeah.
An 11 is not a failure, but it's slow going.
Yeah.
As you're climbing up, and you're starting to realize, just like you, and that the trees have gotten much taller here. So now the distance between the ground and where the branches start is the equivalent of the trees before you entered this space.
Right. So
you're
it
like
takes that much longer to
slowly,
get to the metal
you're
parts.
slowly going up. It's gonna take you, 5-10 minutes to get as high as you want to get with how slow you're going.
Okay. It's like cause I only ultimately want to get as high as the metal part, so it starts to change into the metal bits.
Sure. Yeah, I'd say it's gonna take you about 6-7 minutes to get to that point.
Okay. We can have a couple other people do some things, but I wanted to do some stuff on the tree after
You got it.
time passes.
Ewan.
Have just a quick question for Ewan's backstory purposes. In all my frolicking about, have I ever slipped through, in or out, back between?
You have not.
Oh, so
And
this
in
is why I was-
fact,
Hi.
Ewan, in this space, can you make for me an insight check? And you can have advantage.
Seven and a 17 for a total of 25.
25.
Ewan knows everything everyone's thinking all the time.
Ewan, only once before have you felt this much life energy flowing into you and around you and throughout this space. And that was when you were talking with the Dagda and the magic that he imbued you all with for a brief bit of time. But even that was different. This is you. This is your magic. This is your being. The Fae. The Wilderland. This is home.
All right. I suppose Ewan will just sit with that for a few moments. Take some nice big breaths. He catches up with, just tries to keep everyone in line of sight, I guess.
Kyra. Oh, really quick before we get to Kyra. Juniper.
Yes.
You're feeling familiar feelings as well here. You are very and intimately familiar with the fact that you are now within the Wilderland. Bramble is a little bit different. She's not a moss kitten here. She is more akin to like a lynx, like a small lynx.
That's tight.
She looks wilder. She looks more feral. She still is acting as sweet as she has been with you, but you see thorn-like fangs descending from her mouth. You see like a wreath of simple berries, like a mane around the neck, as she kind of looks around in this space as well. And I wish Travis was here, but all of you look at Ophalon and see his horns are larger, his hair is thicker, his muscles are tighter, and his eyes are more goat-like than you've
got the
seen them
squares.
before. Got the square pupils going on. Yes, Kyra.
Does Ewan look different?
Ewan does not look different. Ewan looks charged.
Full of life.
And in fact, Ewan, your accoutrement, your cape that you had initially made weeks ago at this point, after a failed
Thanks, Kyra.
ensnaring strike, is in full bloom. There are flowers growing all along it.
How does Juniper feel connecting with her innate magic? Not the stuff that her patron gives her, but her sorcerer magic. Being in her space.
You feel charged here as well. It's hard to say that, like, you can feel anything specific, but you could try casting a cantrip if you wanted to,
She does
test something.
She does something simple. She just casts Druidcraft like she normally would.
You flick out your hand and cast Druidcraft. What is your goal with this Druidcraft? What are you trying to do?
To make a flower bloom.
You reach out to grow a flower. What's your favorite flower, Juniper?
Iris.
You see an iris comes into being, blooms, catching some of the light of that sun, and as it finishes growing and faces upwards, this simple casting of Druidcraft has produced a garden of irises that have grown up over the course of about 30-40 seconds, just out from where you're casting.
Big anime eyes. Kid in a candy store.
Mm-hmm.
She squeals excitedly.
Omenda, about this time, you're making it up, and you get to the point where you like put your jacket up to try and pull yourself up, and your jacket slips, and you realize it's because it has gone from wood to metal, which is much slipperier to grip, try to grip onto.
I would like to try to get like. Let me see. Let me look at what I'm good at. Something that'll work for him. And it's like the metal of these trees, like it's basically like the exact same thing in terms of, it's basically like natural metal almost.
It looks exactly the same. And if you take your hand and you go from the wood to the metal, it feels exactly the same. But if you take your knuckles and you knock on it, there's a distinct difference. There's a metallic sound and a wooden sound in the two areas.
I'll go ahead and I will just kind of stand there, and I'll kind of look at all the trees around me, and I kind of see how metallic they are, and I'll kind of knock on it with one of my knives. He doesn't really want to do much outside to get a better look at him, but he did want to, because he also saw the dog over there. He wanted to pull that rock out of his pocket and throw it ahead of the dog to help illuminate the path, see if there's anything out there.
You got it.
Because the rock will give off 20 feet of bright and then 20 feet of dim.
Got it. You chuck the rock out that way. Kyra, you walk up to your dog, who is sitting at attention, staring off into the distance. He's a sight hound. You get the feeling that he howled for you. You just couldn't hear him. And now he is sitting here at attention, keeping his eye on whatever he saw.
I will look towards where he's looking.
Make a perception check.
Ow.
You can do a flat roll here instead of rolling at disadvantage.
Okie dokie.
Oh yeah, I suppose light wouldn't help Kyra.
22.
22. You look out and you see what you think Taran has caught sight of. A massive white flank of an animal in the distance, just slowly making its way through the trees. With a roll of a 20, over a 20, you catch sight of antlers, you think. And we're talking like, this is the size of creature that is... What's the best way to put this? This creature is, in size comparison, is to the Dagda what regular deer are to you all. It's a massive, massive creature.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is what?
And I'm gonna, like, grab Ewan's wrist and, like, pull him towards me, and I'll just...
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Looks like a big ass deer. Or a big deer's ass. elk, maybe? I don't know. It's kind of
Is
hard
that
to see all
common?
those branches.
Is that a normal thing?
My fucking cloak is in bloom. What do you think, man?
Oh, true. Look. Is there gonna be like a building or something on this place?
Ofran looks like he's taking some sort of... I don't know, but he looks like he's ready to fucking party.
Well, can I see, with the 22, can I see, like, a building or anything? Like a tower of some kind? Nothing in the woods?
With the 22, you do think you hear... I'm always ready to party, bruh. Good, he has his headphones on. He heard my description of Ophalon. With a roll of a with the roll that you got, you don't see any buildings off in the distance. You see this creature kind of slowly meandering its way, and you think you hear the far off sound of a waterfall.
Well,
But other than that,
if I was
nothing else.
banished to an island, I would go to running water. I guess if I was created along with it. Never mind. Okay. And I will, just... he's a hunting dog. He's gonna be distracted by the big, gigantic fucking deer. I'm gonna pat, Tarn on the side and, head in the direction of the waterfall, I suppose.
Okay. You turn to your companions and start to... It's about this time that a rock glowing with light kind of goes through, and you see Taran's head just snap and watch it as it lands on the ground. In the distance, you hear a... as this massive deer, elk, whatever it is, makes a sounding call and runs, and you all feel the earth shake a little bit as it runs away in through these trees.
Do I stay in the tree or do I fall down?
So you don't fall down. It's not like an earthquake by any stretch of the imagination, but you definitely feel it too. You feel the trees all kind of shaking a little bit. Thunderous hoof steps in the distance. Taran fully tenses as his eyes just lock onto this creature that is running away.
I know you want to trace it, but right now we're on something else. I also want to trace it. You think I like hold his little face? Do you understand how big his rack would be? You know how good that would look if I gave that to the Arwen? He'd be so happy. And the dog's like, he can speak Sylvan, or he doesn't speak Sylvan. He can understand it though.
Correct.
Like,
I'd be able to make me a whole new pair of boots with the hide.
He's so many pairs of boots.
did you not see how big that was?
Uh,
How big are your feet?
Humongous.
you see Aaron, you've kind of like grabbed his face and you're looking at him, and like you've got his face turned towards you, but his eyes are still like off in the one direction. But you talk about I would I would love to give that as a trophy to the Iran. And as you say the Iran, his eyes flick back to you, and he like calms down a little bit.
Do you... If I make you go away, do you go back to him? I'm sorry you miss your pack. He's a good boy. What a good dog. And I will, head to the direction of the running water.
Okay. Are the rest of you following?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
What, do you want to go hunt down the giant elk?
I mean, maybe a little. Maybe
Well,
a tiny bit.
We could always go for him afterwards.
No.
I feel like it's probably rude to hunt someone
Yeah.
else's elk. We're kind of in someone else's court, so we should be
We are
polite.
at someone else's house. It's like not taking your shoes off as you walk in.
Oh, should I take my shoes off?
No, you're not wearing shoes.
Oh, trust me, you don't want me to take my shoes off. It might be a hazard. I am from the sea.
As you all begin to trudge off,
Trench foot.
Kyra, with your knowledge of stories, because you're a mythology nerd, can you just make a religion check for me?
$21.
Uh,
My die likes 17s today.
you don't have much experience being in the Wilderland itself. You know stories. You've been in proximity to places like this. White animals, particularly white stags, have sacred importance. You're not sure how it works here, but growing up, the knowledge that you have is that a white stag belongs to the Iran. It is
Right.
his.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe actually it would not be the best idea to kill it.
It's kind of making me want to do it a little more now that you say that.
You and
Oh, maybe instead of killing it, that one could be my friend. I get a big
No.
giant,
You know, might
big
be.
giant elk. Y'all get your little tiny animals. It's an even trade.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
little,
kinda
he's
slow.
big,
You
you're
do
big,
need something
they're
to
little.
ride.
That's how it kind of works.
here, Ominda, if you can hunt down the big elk by yourself, the god who owns the elk would even be impressed.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time, sister.
Anyway,
I bet it tastes good though.
Magical, I
Ophalon,
bet.
you chime in with this a bit. You're Ophalon, I described a bit what you looked like, but I want to also describe how you're feeling in this moment. Much like Ewan, being that you are fully Fey, Mr. Thalamore. Interestingly enough, your family, your clan that you live with, you don't live in the Wilderland. You live in the material plane. This might be your first time here as well. And man, you feel great. You feel like you're in the prime of your life. You catch sight of yourself in actually no, there's nothing here that you would see a reflection in anyway. So you just kind of feel you feel more powerful, and you also feel real ready to go. You feel so fast.
Hi, Daddy.
Yeah.
But as you all follow Kyra as she leads you through
Ominda and
the
Kyra just
forest.
looking fucking normal.
Yeah. And Juniper to a certain extent.
Hey, man, I'm a
I
fake
pictured
creature.
Juniper started
Am I
growing like
just
little
more wet?
flowers in her hair.
I feel like Ominda's just more wet.
You guys begin to trudge off through the forest. A quick look back at this garden of irises that you had grown, Juniper, and it remains. It does not dissipate, but the blooms begin to tint gold.
Interesting.
Wait. Well, I don't care about money, so that's not a thing I would care about.
You all trudge through the woods. It's much easier than it was on the trek from the beach to the bridge. Because the trees are so much more massive that there's just naturally more room between them to walk. And there is something resembling a path. It's not lined with rocks, it's not paved, but it's like a natural flow of the land that's just the easiest to traverse. And following the sound of this running water, you progress.
How
Yes.
deep is the water?
You're not.
Is it?
You just
I'm
hear the
not there.
water right now.
That's right. That's right. Jeez,
No, you're here. You're all traveling together. You're not at the water. Kyra can hear a waterfall in the
I
distance.
see.
But you continue. Maybe 20 or so minutes go by, and you find about 20 or so minutes goes by, and you find running water. It's not a stream. This is a river. It is, going from Omenda's question, it's about 20, 30 feet wide. You're not sure of the depth, but it is running. It is a fast-moving river. Yes, Kyra.
In regards to mythology, who of the Tulwith Teg own the rivers?
On the Tilwith Teg
'Cause,
side,
like,
it's
Brig-
hard to tell. Brigid on the Tuatha
Yeah.
De Danann side has the province over, like, she's the water bearer.
Mhm.
She has province over rivers and springs and stuff. On the Tilwith Teg side, it's kind of more like nature spirits that have, like, rivers have their own nature spirits that look after them. The closest in terms of the Tilwith Teg itself would probably be one of the old men.
Yeah.
It might be Sylvanus, it might be Mannanan, but it would get real hazy. They tend to the spirits of the Tilwith Teg tend to deal with stuff that's a bit more broad,
Yeah, I thought
and the
so.
Tuatha De Danann tend to focus a bit more.
Okay. As they are walking, Kyra looks like very pensive. Like she's thinking hard about something. And like one hand on Tarn knows which way he's going. And is like,
What's got you so tense there?
I'm just kind of confused about something.
What?
Well, yeah. What's that?
So, my patron, Juniper, has Mardred, obviously.
Right.
And we see she's, got her magic's more advanced because we're in the Wilderland. But when I met the Aran, I met him in the woods. I met him out in the woods in the middle of a snowstorm. A very long time ago. But I have never felt this energy before. So I'm starting to get a little bit worried.
Isn't your god the god of dead stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't dead stuff, buddy.
No, I know that. The Arwen doesn't have like a realm in the Wilderland, technically speaking. He has a domain over the other world, where you go when you die and stuff. Where the gods go to rematerialize and come back into their physical bodies. I'm starting to get concerned that I might have died. And she's just gonna keep walking forward. And like...
I feel like I might be able to weigh in on this topic.
Well,
Oh, right,
death
you
comes
have
for
died.
a lot of us.
Very
Yeah.
recently, as a matter of fact.
Lamau, imagine dying.
Shut up, Ewan.
I've also-
Imagine
No.
dying and coming back. Oh wait, you've never done that.
No, because I haven't been killed.
I can try.
And dying couldn't keep me down. Get fucked.
Oh no,
Yeah, he
no,
got up
I.
again.
Well, he got up again because the dagger hit him with the other end of the stick.
Yeah, because the one end couldn't keep him down. I'll tell you that.
Okay, you're right.
When
Ah,
it happened to me, I fell asleep in the woods and woke up to the dog licking my face, and a little forest man covered in moss and dead things clambered at me and then smiled and then ran off into the random direction, and I got scared and followed him.
Well, I don't. What, we scared and followed him.
Wait, you got. That's not. You get scared and you run away from the strange mossman,
Well, he lifted
covered
up,
in moss and mushrooms and rot.
he lifted up the big
You
the
saw
big
a crazy
cover.
person and
Shut
you said, "Let me follow him."
He lifted up the big cover and he was, he looked elven. I thought that he'd know how to get back to the village. And then he did not take me back to the village.
clearly.
Yeah. Well,
Carol looks really concerned about this.
in which direction is this water going?
The water is
Towards or
flowing away.
Is it too fast to swim against for a arboreal species?
It looks it's not rapids by any means. There's not enough rocks in it to be rapids. The water
Okay.
is fairly clear. The water is very fast. It's a very fast current.
Ah, okay. Amendo kind of as they're walking by and kind of talking and shit, he'll kind of just scoop up some water, kind of just lather himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, you can do that.
Liquefy.
Omenda, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you make for me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh yeah. I'm terrible at those, but I'll do it. You want to know why? Because I can. Oh,
I think you're doing it because he made you.
8.
8.
God commanded you.
You dip your hands into the water and begin to lather it on yourself. You feel your skin start to rehydrate a bit, and you're like, ah, this feels great. You open your eyes, you look around. Where are you? Who are these people? You're in a strange place, and there's a bunch of people around you that you do not know.
Uh-oh.
Omenda, are you okay? You look a little pale. Which is surprising because you're... Never mind. Are you okay?
Kind of slinks down a little bit. Takes a few steps back as he puts his hand towards his hip and he's like, Who are y'all?
What are you doing? Oh, haha, very funny. Now we're starting the I have amnesia. Can I insight check
Go
him?
ahead and run your pockets for me.
Ha! Oh, that's funny. Oh, he thinks he's gonna rob us.
Pull pull it out. and have a-
18. God,
plan.
18.
There is no recollection in Omenda's eyes.
Oh. He has no idea who we are.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited.
Don't even.
No.
Ominda, we are your friends.
He kind of look around. He's like, well, I don't know about that, but
Okay, noted. Don't touch the water.
Well, we've only known each other like 2 weeks anyway, so like, how much did we
It's
really
been
lose?
like okay, what?
what is
Well, I
this
mean,
place?
a month for you. I haven't been talking to him that long.
Oh, it is the 25th or the 26th, right?
Omenda,
Yeah.
what are you doing in this instance? You do not know who any of these people are, and in fact, they've referred to you now. They've said Omenda a couple of times. You don't know what
Mhm.
that means. That doesn't mean anything to you.
What the hell?
What is this? Omenda, y'all been calling me?
You. That's your name. Or at least the name you gave us, Ominda Ihaktar.
I don't. I have nothing.
Not a lick.
Drinking water in
Not at all.
Othlon walks up and just kind of extends his hand. It's all right. We'll help you.
Oh, paladin doing paladin. Oh, he's not a paladin anymore. Never mind, I can't make that joke.
Not yet.
He has not
Well, you
been
guys seem-
chosen.
You guys seem like the most likely way I'll get out of here. So
Oh, son of a bitch. Now we're gonna have to figure out another way to get this fucking woman to give us her shit. No.
just keep your distance. I don't want y'all thinking y'all can get real friendly with my items here.
Why would we want your shit?
You motherfucker, I gave you that flute.
If you don't know
Those
who you are, how do you
times.
know anything you're carrying is valuable?
Or how do you know it's yours?
Oh, I know one thing. If it's on me, it's mine.
Convincing.
Fair.
Well, don't touch the water again.
Well,
Can I-
I guess I won't.
I don't want to like hurt him. Can I try and grab my like my water sack and try will you trust me to do something to try and see if I can make it so you're no longer confused of who you are? I won't do anything unless I have your consent.
I'm gonna need to know what it is you're planning to do before I
I'm
even
gonna
consider.
spray you with water that's not from here.
I suppose some water wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, you're a frog. I'll
Hey,
just
I'll let you know.
Wait, what
You're a you're a frag.
What do you mean? I will walk over and I'll just like squeeze my water skin over his head.
It's refreshing.
Thou art Froge.
Do you know who I am?
No.
Well,
Well, nothing of value lost. Do you think they're upstream or downstream?
well, the waterfall is probably downstream logically, or upstream. I know how this works.
There you go.
I know how water moves. I mean, it's the Feywild,
you?
or it's the Wilderlands. I am sure it's fucking... It might flow backwards, for all we know. Then again, it would make the noise it's making if it... Anyway. Well, you're stuck with us for now, unless you want to be stuck in the middle of, some random phase area.
Yeah, I get that. Just, don't try nothing.
What are we
You all
gonna try?
You all hear some.
I might punt him into the river for giggles.
Shut up.
You all hear Taran give a small alert bark, and then you hear some chittering. There's like some squirrels that are like up around in the trees on the other side of the river, and they're all like chasing each other around, but then they stop and they're like looking across the water, and they're making chittering sounds that sounds a lot like laughing.
I can speak with animals, just innately.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm gonna just point at them like, "Oi! How do we fix it?"
Do you
Can I-
cast
it-
a spell, speak with animals?
It might be constant for her. She might just be able to do it.
You get it as a warlock. You can cast it at will. You still have to activate it. Like if you don't, like all those spells, it's once you go to sleep and you wake up until you cast it on yourself.
I will cast it. Yeah.
Yeah, you cast it on yourself. You hear the squirrels saying, "Ah, for the water."
Oi!
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I can understand you. How do we fix it?
Why should we tell you?
Because if you don't, I'll sick my dog on you.
They're all the way over here.
How far away are the squirrels?
I will.
They are maybe 50, 60 feet away on the other side of the river.
I will
Okay.
whistle at Tarn and have him run across the running water.
He looks at you and he says, Taran looks over to you, and for the first time in this space, you hear him say something to you.
Oh God!
As he says,
I've tried to speak with animals with him before.
not in the Wilderland.
Oh shit.
It only works on beasts in the material plane.
Oh,
Uh,
he's not a beast. He's a fae.
He looks at you and he says, I don't want to.
Darn.
Kyra.
Damn, they're so far away.
I know you like bigger game, but I need it's a.
I don't want to forget who you are. I like you.
Oh right, if you go across the water, it'll do it to you too.
Hmm.
Never mind, I didn't think that far.
Why don't you? Oh, I can't hear them. They're speaking weird languages I don't comprehend.
Single-minded, magic-loving junipers going, "Oh my God, the dog can talk. Bramble, can you talk?"
I could always talk.
You just never tried it. She's so
Hello.
cute. I'm just gonna.
Bramble's just standing on the ground, just like, I don't like that I don't fit on your shoulder right now.
I mean, you look amazing, but yeah, I like
I
being
always look
carrier.
amazing.
I will look back up at the squirrels, and I will just be like, "All right, how about we make a deal?
We're listening.
You tell us how to fix the water problem with our friend. Obviously, you can see he's a frog. I will give you this really special thing that I have in my hand, and I will use deception.
Roll deception. Yeah, squirrel insight. Squirrel insight.
Squirrel inside.
Squirrel insight.
It's the squirrel.
22.
22. They rolled a 19 on the die,
Oh.
but they're squirrels. So they like look at it. It's like you see them. They like look at it. It's like, oh, cool thing. And they start like chittering and they talking to each other. Like, what about the cool thing? I said, I want it. It's like, what if it's food? It could be food. It could be, or it could just be some shine. Okay, but throw it over here first.
That's not how agreements work.
Well, Yes, Juniper.
Can she use Druidcraft to make a pile of nuts?
You can, in fact, do that. You just
Nice.
grow like a little sprout of a tree, and it truly grows like 2 feet tall, but it's just loaded with acorns.
Here,
Uh,
you can have the acorns.
That's a lot of nuts.
What?
they
Oh,
look at it and
oh.
they're like, "Oh yeah, no, deal.
How do we
Deal.
fix it?
You gotta talk to the lady."
The lady that of the island.
Yeah.
Where do we find her?
They point upstream.
All right.
They're like, she's got a branch.
Right.
Gotta talk to her.
Okay.
The branch will fix him.
All right. Have the nuts, and I will continue upstream.
Yeah.
Nick.
They
Speaking
the
of arrows
squirrels,
is the best.
the squirrels jump off of the tree and truly fly across the river and like land and start.
Cool. I will look down at Taryn and just. Have you always been able to talk?
I think so. Well, here.
Juniper just looks at the squirrels. Would you guys just like another tree? she just,
Juniper, they're fine.
Yeah, you're over here giving them things, and they're over here making fun of me. I don't think that's okay.
We had to get information from them. Calm down.
I can kick one of them into the water. and see
No,
what
you will
happens.
not. You will not kick the Fey squirrels into the water.
Our tails are pretty big and pretty decayed.
I don't care.
You hear Taran just say, "I could eat one of them. It would not be hard.
You really think that'd be good for your digestive system?
It would be great for my digestive system."
Do you want to eat all of them?
I can help facilitate
Will
that.
you let me?
Fuck them squirrels.
I mean, they were kind of annoying, but they are some other Fays and creatures, so probably not the best idea.
Squirrels are just rats with better
I-
PR, man.
Fine.
I don't know if that's how like wild animals work. I don't think you
well-
can own them.
Oh, Fallon,
Mm.
can I have some of your jerky?
Yeah, sure.
Are you okay?
I feel really good. I feel kind of like when I did the other day when I woke up and I felt kind of fast.
Oh, here, how about this? Since we have to get him fixed first, how about, because it sounds like a lot of fun. How about we offer to, like Ophalon and I fight each other for entertainment?
No, we are trying to get somewhere.
I mean, we can
Yeah. Let's get somewhere. Yeah.
do both.
No, we can't. I will give the jerky to Taryn.
Acceptable.
I mean, it's
Prior-
meat. I figured you'd be fine about it.
Priorities. Juniper asks Bramble, "What is it that you like to eat?"
The Lord's cheaps.
The blood of my fallen foes.
I am. She says, "Oh, a little of this, a little of that. Everything you've been feeding me is pretty good."
Oh, good. Can we talk about you sleeping in my hair?
It's nice in there.
Can you maybe sleep elsewhere?
No. But I can, instead of crawling my way out, I can just, and she, from where she's at on the ground, she just like reappears in another space. It's like, I can do that instead of crawling out of it.
You win some, you lose some. Okay.
I can
Wonderful.
still fix your hair in the morning and it's fine. Gives me a good arm workout. And she like flexes and she's got some muscles on her. Like
Juniper just hangs her head with her hair down at the moment and goes, "It's so thick."
we could cut it if you want. Give you a nice
Uh,
bob.
Taran
I'll think about it.
sniffs the air, says, Something's wrong.
What kind of wrong?
Something knows we're here.
Well, of course. Like, bad Sutton knows that we're here?
Something just found out we were here.
Oh, surprising. Alright.
See, he's just staring at the squirrels still.
I know you want to eat him, buddy. It's okay. Okay. Yeah, we will continue upstream.
Lovely.
They're talking about words.
You guys start to head up. Omenda, you're choosing to continue to follow these folk?
You're muted, buddy.
Yeah, but like 10 feet back.
Got it. You guys.
Oh, Minda,
head
we're not
up.
gonna steal your shit.
Ill,
Quiet.
we'll find out.
There's danger.
I will drop into the grass line.
Let's go.
Going.
As you all proceed upriver. Maybe another 15 to 20 minutes until finally you arrive at the source of the river. A great pool of water, a cliff that is rising above it. And at the top of that is a tree. Not a beech, not an aspen, just a gnarled, old, ancient tree. Massive. And this tree seems to entirely be made of silver. You see golden leaves, red gold apples, and other fruit dangling from the branches. You see lilies and other water plants on this pool. The waterfall comes down from this cliff up by where the tree is. And under the tree, you see a great woven throne upon which sits a woman. Give me but a moment. Do that.
In the garden grows a tree of silver wings. The leaves are ruin, the bark disaster.
You see flitting about the space nymphs and dryads and other forest folk. You see fairies and sprites flitting about. Kyra, you've entered a court.
I will like signal to the rest of the group to bow.
Yeah.
And I will, Lady Neve, we are so humbled for you to have allowed us into your cart.
This golden-haired elven woman, her skin shining like porcelain, a dress of fine gossamer silk that shows every curve of her body. As she sits, you see she has one of these rose gold apples in her hand, and she has apparently just taken a bite from it. She is talking with the attendants around her, and as you all walk in and Kyra begins to bow and begins to say things, she stops and she looks down, kind of bemused, surprised, but cocks an eyebrow and says, Well, children, it looks as if we have visitors. She leans forward in the throne. Welcome. Welcome to the Court of Golden Leaves. You know my name, but I know not yours. I am Neve of the Golden Hair. Please, tell me, who has entered this place and why you have come?
No idea.
You see, your ladyship, our friend accidentally drenched himself in the rivers on your island.
You hear, like a small gasp from some of the fairies, and they start, like, talking to each other, and Neve just kind of side-eyes them, and they stop talking.
It was but an accident. You can see our friend is amphibious in nature. He sought only to moisten his skin before we continued into your cart.
Of course, I understand. Although it's very impolite to use someone else's things without permission. But forgiveness is one of my better qualities. But that's not the only reason you all are here. How did you find your way into my home before your friend found my river?
We came with a task and a desire to exalt you in the ways that you deserve, your ladyship. And I will bow again.
See, she turns to one of the dryads, who looks like a handmaid, like a servant of some kind. Just kind of turns her and says, "Oh, they've got great manners. They came prepared. That's not very common. I like them." She turns to look at you all again. "Tell me your names."
Don't do that. No, I am the huntress beside the Arwen. My friend here beside me is, the Witch of Loranel, and our dear friend Glub is the one who lost his memory. The follower of Nuada behind me, and, nature spirit that has followed us this far, that we have named you.
See, she looks around and says, "Excellent titles, for sure. You're being very cautious. I understand. There's no need. I don't want your names. I just want to know them. That's why I said to tell them to me. Tell them to me." Make a wisdom saving throw, Kyra.
It's a tarnished 20, God.
Tarnished 20. You feel magic trying to compel you in this moment. You shrug it off, and she narrows her eyes and stops looking around at everybody and solely looks at you.
I'm sure you understand the concern us mortals have in regards to the safety.
I understand everything. You are not the first mortals to come here. I don't want you here. I want you to be gone sooner rather than later. And I'm losing patience. I ask for some pleasantries. You're in my court. I don't have a cage. I'm not going to keep your precious names captive forever. I'm very specific with my words, girl. I want to know who I'm speaking to. You know my name. I wish to know yours.
I meant no disrespect, your ladyship. I go by the name Kyra.
That's better. And you see she relaxes and she just sits back in the seat.
Juniper
Fine.
beside me.
We'll get back to you.
Hmm.
She turns and looks at you, Juniper.
My name is Juniper Hawthorne, your ladyship.
Hawthorne. A good strong name. You see she reaches back and she takes her hand and pats the woven throne she sits upon and says, and sturdy as well. Makes for a good seat. She turns towards you, Ophalon.
I'm known as Ophalon Thalamor.
I like Urishk. You're usually very straightforward and to the point. Did they say this one? Did she say you're a follower of Nuata?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, what you want to go doing that for? She's frightfully dull.
I seek only to Ophalon's literally struggling to
Yeah.
think of the words. I seek
This
to
is to all of you who might be of that persuasion. This is truly the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life. And very fey. She has those long fey ears that just kind of come and end in a point. She's looking at you all.
I seek to earn her favor as a warrior.
Oh, that's right. You're always running about, fighting everything that comes in front of you.
Not everything, but
Most things. You telling me that you didn't want to fight my stag that you saw earlier?
fight and hunt are different words. But I understand your meaning.
See her eyes flit away. They land on Ewan. Now, here's a local with maybe a bit of sense. Hello there.
Hello. You may call me Sir Nunos. I'm not sure I've taken to a specific name yet.
Yes, you are young. Sometimes it takes a while to find your name. I understand. She gestures over to one of the dryads and she says, sometimes, no matter how hard you try, nothing ever sticks quite so well. My dear friend here is on maybe her 7th name so far. Just trying to find what fits. Her eyes flit over to Omenda. She says, and I dare not ask you your name, little one, because something tells me you can't remember it.
Well, I would love to tell you, but I'm not gonna be able to tell you unless you do something with that, with some piece of wood you got, I guess.
The local squirrels mentioned something, your ladyship.
Yes, they tend to be chatterboxes.
It's the only way I would know it.
Very easily persuaded with nuts.
Did want a lot of nuts.
That's good to know. You see she turns and she says a few low words. Because right now you guys are 50, 60 feet away from her. You're down below this cliff, kind of looking up. She turns to a fairy that's floating next to her with these dragonfly wings and just says a few low words, and the fairy nods and just takes off into the forest. Well, now that we are better acquainted, and you see she waves her hands, and from the cliffside across the water down to you all, it's like the roots of the Hawthorn throne like stretch outward and form like a staircase of sorts that leads up to the top of the cliff.
He is inviting us up. Thank you, your ladyship.
Yes, come, I don't have all day.
And I will head up the direction of the lady. She scares me.
You all proceed up. Now you get a better look at her. You see this like beautiful gossamer gown that she has, that when the light hits it, it's either silver or gold, depending on how the light is hitting it. She has this beautiful tiara with these like images of apples. It's this like glinting silver tiara that she's wearing. And her hair again is like, think Rapunzel hair. It's braided and long, and it falls down behind her to the point where if she stood up and was walking, you'd think it'd still be dragging on the ground if it weren't for the fact that there was about 6 or 7 dryads behind her, all holding the hair up so it does not touch the ground. It is also woven with vines and fruit and all kinds of other things bedecking it. Now,
Bedecking.
you're all here. You've told me your names after a bit of prying. And you need your friend here fixed. Well, I can help you with that. We're going to have to play a little game, though. You see, she gestures to the tree, this ancient, massive, silver tree behind her. She says, "You look upon one of the oldest trees in the Wilderland. The tree from which precious metals got their start. You need a silver bough to fix your friend. A bough of silver, rose gold apples. But only one branch is what you're looking for. Who'd like to play the game?"
Yeah. It'll allow me to get my name back out there.
No.
Ophalon raises his hand.
No.
She locks eyes with you and she says, "I do love an Orishk. Always so sure of what you want."
Go-getters.
Murish.
Well then, Ophalon Thalamor. The game is simple. She gestures up. If you can find the branch, it's yours. You get 3 chances. If you fail, well, And she gestures behind, and you see the dryads that are holding the hair. And she says, "Some of my attendants haven't had a break for quite some time. They could do with one."
If I may be so bold as to inquire, what exactly constitutes a dry in this circumstance?
You pick a branch. You can climb the tree if you need to. Or if you have ways of reaching it without climbing, that's fine as well. But you have to point out to me a branch, and I'll tell you if you're right or if you're not. Again, you're looking for a branch of fey silver, bedecked in rose gold, in apples of rose gold. And you look up, Ophalon, and now that you're closer, you see so many branches adorn this tree, and though all the branches seem to be silver, they don't all have the same fruit. They're all of this rose gold coloration, but they're not all apples. There's other fruit here as well. But even just from here on the ground, you think you can count, just from where you're standing, 5 to 6 separate branches with apples on them.
Question.
Yeah.
And the answer to this is probably no, but the rule of thumb with D&D is always ask.
Sure.
Could I use Tree Strike on the tree?
To give yourself advantage on an attack roll against it?
Well, it says specifically that it grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. Would that allow me to learn anything extra about the tree?
I mean, you can roll insight with advantage if you cast it.
I would accept that.
Sure, why not? The rules don't matter.
I mean, a tree
Made up
is a
and the rules
creature.
don't matter. Insight.
Trees are
Granted.
alive.
That's a natural 20 there, God.
That's hilarious.
The other one was a 2.
You go.
Despite being made of metal, this tree is definitely alive. The fruit, despite being made of gold, is living fruit. You think that you could eat any of these fruit, and though it is made of metal, you would be able to eat it like an apple. There's powerful fey magic here. There's not like a specific school of magic or anything that you're getting a sense of. But one thing I will say, the tree is made of silver. The tree is not entirely made of fey silver. And you are intimately familiar with fey silver because you are wearing a shirt made of it. Fey silver's other name is mithril.
Okay.
And in fact, with a natural 20, you don't get much of a sense of fey silver at all from this tree.
Ooh.
I would like to make an acrobatics check to climb the tree.
Climbing trees is athletics.
That's fine. I have better score in athletics anyway. And so, with the goal of making my way towards the sense I get of the face silver branches.
You don't. There's no sense of fey silver in this tree.
It was trick.
That's what I just told you with that nat 20. You don't get any sense of fey silver, of mithril, in this tree.
I turn to the goddess. There's no Fey Silver in this tree.
She cocks her head. And what makes you so sure of that?
Well, you see this right here. This is Fey Silver. And I sense none in this particular plant before us.
See, she leans down. You see the tiara on her head kind of glints in the light as she looks down at you. She says, well, that would mean that I lied to you, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Though perhaps you attempted to obfuscate.
I do love an Urishk. Very well. There's no Fey Silver in the tree. Where is the silver bough, Ovalon Thalamor?
Since I was correct in my deduction, I assume that I still have my 3 chances.
Sure. That seems fun.
May I confer with my group?
Yeah, I phone a friend.
Surely someone of your kindness and beauty would be willing to at least let me ask a few questions.
You may ask one question to one friend. It will count as one of your guesses, though.
I'll accept these terms.
Wonderful. One guess it is.
Ophalon walks over to Kyra.
Kyra's like rubbing her temples.
He's just got that very smug look on his face, and he leans in real close and says, please help.
You're just used it all.
I burned everything I got on the first go. I need some backup here.
Can I insight check her crown?
You cannot insight check a crown.
Perception
well,
check.
obviously,
though.
can I perception check her crown? Because you said it was adorned with rose gold apples when we walked up.
I did say that. Go ahead and roll for me. This is going to be investigation.
Yeah, totally. Beep, beep, beep.
I'm phoning a friend because I got a -1 to investigation.
Proud of you, buddy.
Same.
That is a 15.
A 15.
Mhm.
The crown, the tiara, glints in the light a bit differently than the tree.
Fucking knew it. She'd keep it on her. She would keep it on her person. Well, I mean, a goddess that has been given a task to hold on to one specific thing for the rest of her existence. Her immortal existence, if I'd be so specific. You'd keep it close to you. And I will, I will, do a little, like, hand gesture around the head. It's her crown.
Ophalon snaps to attention. It is upon your crown, my lady.
You see, she looks at you. She looks at Kyra. And she gives a little smile and she says, well thought out. Well done. She reaches up,
Try again.
takes it off, and twirls it around on her finger. Catches it. Well done indeed. This is the silver bough upon my golden brow. Welcome. She reaches her long arm with the tiara and places it directly into your hands, Sophalon.
I'm assuming this is like the size of a fucking serving platter.
As she hands it to you, it actually like starts to shrink down to the size of like a average tiara.
I'm assuming you want this back.
That would be nice, yes? What do you intend to do with it aside from fix your friend?
Nothing. I
Good.
only wish to help him.
Good. See,
Right.
she looks about the rest of you, says, now you just need to figure out which one of you can use it.
Do I need to leave it on the crown? Do I need to like?
No,
Break it
dear, it is
off.
the crown.
Oh, okay.
Like, can I give it a shot?
We don't have
That looks
guesses
up
for.
my alley.
Do we have guesses for this part? I'm just
No, the game's over,
The
Overlord.
game
You
is
won.
ended, dear one.
okay. Kyra
You think that I can use it?
or Juniper, one of you. Fucking
How
god damn
about-
it!
And I will like angle my hands towards Ewan, the one who is full Fae, aside from yourself.
I suppose the one who's part
It's
tree. might
highly
be
possible
the
that
best
if
one to ask.
either of us put it on, it will eat us. Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah,
No
I
offense
didn't s-
to
I-
you, your
I didn't
ladyship, obviously.
I- I didn't say put it on. I just wanted you to fucking look at it and tell
Oh.
me what you thought.
Uh,
Fuck.
just walk.
Not everything's about you, Kyra. This is about fucking Omenda.
I'm the only one who can use it.
Juniper, you are muted, sweet.
Yes, Kyra.
Your ladyship, is it appropriate for us to be able to try and use whatever means necessary to try and figure out who can use it? Is that allowed?
You see, she's like gone back to eating her apple, and she like looks over at all of you, and she's just like, "The game is over."
Okay.
Oh my
I
fucking god.
I didn't want to insult you in any way. Right. And
That was not in that was not in character.
It was. I'm claiming it as the DM. I claim it as canon
What just happened?
because she doesn't give a fuck. Like she doesn't care at all. But it's so funny.
Juniper uses
Turns to Ophlon.
Yeah.
Juniper uses her Arcanist loop to identify.
Wonderful.
Full on.
10 minutes go by. The silver bow is an artifact that requires attunement by a spellcaster. It is a beautifully formed circlet of fey silver, made from fey silver from the Wilder Land itself. Appearing as the branch of a tree, it is bedecked in apple blossoms of red gold. A soft, gentle music seems to emanate from the circlet, but only when you're holding it. While attuned to the silver bow, the wearer cannot become frightened and may cast gentle repose, sleep, and lesser restoration by spending one of the circlet's charges. The silver bow regains its charges every day at dawn.
Okay.
Any spellcaster can use it, but it requires attunement.
So, you.
Me.
You, them, UN.
Ewan doesn't cast.
Technically I can cast.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
I know magic.
I
Can I wear
I
it?
truly threw a bolt of electricity
drive
less than
my
24
fingers
hours
into
ago.
the ground and grow 4 trees around Kyra.
Don't do that.
I do that. What the fuck? You disrespectful.
Ovalon is strongly considering just putting the fucking tiara on.
Okay,
That's
just
funny.
someone connect to the thing so we can fix Omenda.
How long does it take to attune?
1 hour.
Perhaps if you place it upon my head, it might just cleanse me.
It's
I don't-
adorable that that's how you think magic works.
As he takes off.
No.
That's not how any of this works.
That's not.
I am also a full spellcaster.
In all
Yes.
likelihood, your head will just explode.
But you don't know who you are, Omenda.
Yeah. Does Amanda even remember
Even know
he can cast
he's
spells?
a-
Is he aware of that fact?
Valid question.
He's just a very suspicious frog right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, am I putting this on?
Yes.
Okay.
You or Ewan, I guess.
I'm a little full. So you, friend.
Okay, cool. Juniper puts on the circlet and starts to attune to it.
It does look good on you. Not as good as the lady.
As you
need,
put
but-
on the tiara, all of you watch as it fully encircles her head as she begins the attunement process, and her eyes begin to glow with rose gold. And Juniper, you are taken someplace very different.
Oh.
And we'll continue that in our next session.
Yeah, let's
Dun,
go.
dun, dun.
3